The anticipation for Clown in a Cornfield continues to grow as horror fans prepare for what is shaping up to be one of the most intriguing adaptations of recent years. Based on the popular young adult horror novel by Adam Cesare, the movie has already attracted attention for its chilling concept, fresh cast, and the creative choices being made behind the scenes. The story, which centers around a group of teenagers in a small town being hunted by a killer clown, brings with it all the tension, blood, and social commentary that defined the original novel, but with added cinematic flair. What makes this upcoming horror title stand out is not just the familiar yet terrifying imagery of a clown in an isolated cornfield, but how it channels modern fears, generational conflict, and survival under extreme circumstances. The producers behind the project have made it clear that they're going for a balance between slasher thrills and deeper subtext, aiming to attract not just fans of gory horror, but also those who appreciate layered storytelling. The development process has been meticulously managed to preserve the core of Cesare's book, while enhancing the cinematic elements to deliver an experience that resonates both visually and emotionally. There has been an intentional focus on capturing the eerie, almost suffocating atmosphere of the town of Kettle Springs where the story takes place. The creative team has reportedly scouted several small Midwestern towns to find the perfect filming location that would evoke the sense of rural isolation and traditional Americana at odds with modern sensibilities. This choice is expected to lend the film an air of realism that grounds the horror in a believable setting. Production notes hint at a strong emphasis on the visual aesthetic of the cornfields themselves. Endless rows of towering stalks that both protect and trap, becoming a natural maze where the killer clown can strike at any moment. The cinematography aims to heighten the claustrophobia and disorientation the characters experience as they attempt to survive the night, with dynamic lighting and camera movement reflecting their mounting paranoia and fear. In terms of casting, the film has attracted a young and talented ensemble of actors to portray the group of teenagers at the center of the chaos. The lead character, Quinn Maybrook, is being portrayed by a rising star whose previous performances have earned acclaim for emotional depth and on-screen charisma. Her character is central to the story, a recent transplant to the town who quickly becomes embroiled in its deadly secrets. Quinn's dynamic with her peers, and the distrust and division between generations in the town, play a pivotal role in the unfolding tension. The supporting cast includes a mix of new faces and seasoned young actors known for their work in other horror or thriller projects. Their chemistry and performances are expected to bring a grounded authenticity to the story, making the characters' fear and determination all the more impactful. One of the most talked about aspects of the movie has been the design and portrayal of the killer clown, Frendo. Unlike typical killer clown representations, this iteration is intended to be a symbol of both nostalgia and menace, a mascot turned nightmare. Early concept art and behind-the-scenes photos have shown a disturbing evolution of Frendo's appearance, blending bright circus colors with grotesque and unsettling features. The costume design incorporates classic clown motifs while twisting them into something sinister, and the actor portraying Frendo is reportedly bringing a unique physicality to the role, combining theatrical flamboyance with brutal aggression. The filmmakers have emphasized that Frendo is not just a faceless killer, but a representation of deeper societal issues, and his appearances in the film will often serve to underline the conflict between the town's youth and the older generation, clinging to outdated values. The director of the film, known for his ability to craft tension and atmosphere in previous genre films, is taking a hands-on approach with Clown in a Cornfield. He's involved in all aspects of production, from casting decisions to the pacing of each suspenseful scene. His vision for the project reportedly includes a blend of old-school slasher influences with modern storytelling techniques, combining long, drawn-out sequences of dread with explosive bursts of violence and shock. He's also working closely with the film's editor to ensure the rhythm of the movie keeps audiences on edge throughout, with careful attention paid to sound design and musical cues that amplify the sense of imminent danger. The film's score is being composed by an artist known for crafting haunting, minimalist soundtracks that add to the psychological horror, and early reports suggest that the music will play a crucial role in enhancing the film's terrifying tone. Another noteworthy element is the film's approach to violence and gore. While not excessively graphic for its own sake, the horror in Clown in a Cornfield is designed to feel real, sudden, and impactful. Each kill is expected to carry weight, both in terms of character development and narrative momentum. The filmmakers are aiming to balance the scares with moments of character introspection and decision-making, making the audience care about who lives and dies. This approach sets the film apart from many slashers that rely solely on body count, instead opting to build emotional stakes that make the horror more resonant. The screenplay reportedly incorporates several intense sequences of suspense, where characters must make harrowing choices, often resulting in unforeseen consequences that ripple throughout the group. These moments are crucial to driving the plot forward while maintaining a relentless atmosphere of dread. The adaptation is also taking advantage of the book's commentary on generational divides and cultural clashes. In Kettle Springs, a rift has formed between the older residents who believe in traditional discipline and values and the younger generation who embrace change, technology, and personal freedom. This conflict becomes more than just background noise. It's the emotional and thematic core of the story. The film explores how this disconnect contributes to the violence that unfolds, with Frendo becoming a terrifying enforcer of the town's darkest impulses. The idea that horror can spring from attempts to control or punish progress gives the film a layer of complexity that elevates it beyond typical genre fare. It's not just about surviving the night, but about understanding the forces that drove the town to such extremes, making the horror more psychological and the stakes more universally relatable. Behind the camera, the film has assembled a crew of experienced professionals in horror filmmaking, from special effects artists known for their practical gore techniques to production designers who excel at creating atmospheric, immersive environments. The makeup and prosthetics team is reportedly using a mix of old-school latex effects and subtle CGI enhancements to ensure that each scene retains a tangible, gritty feel. The goal is to make the violence and horror feel visceral and immediate, drawing the audience into the experience in a way that synthetic, overly digital effects often fail to achieve. The lighting and color grading will play key roles in setting the mood, with cooler tones dominating the cornfield sequences and warmer, more claustrophobic palettes used in scenes within the town's crumbling buildings and abandoned structures. The pacing of the story is another aspect the creative team has been careful to fine-tune. The movie opens with a shocking prologue that sets the tone for the events to come, followed by a gradual build-up that allows viewers to become invested in the characters before the true horror begins. As the tension escalates, the film shifts into a high gear of suspense and terror, culminating in a series of intense climaxes that challenge the characters to overcome their fears and fight back. The structure of the narrative mirrors the chaos and unpredictability of the situation the characters find themselves in, with twists and reveals that subvert expectations and keep the audience guessing. In early test screenings, the film reportedly received positive feedback for its ability to maintain suspense while delivering meaningful character arcs. Audiences responded particularly well to the protagonist's journey and the moral dilemmas faced by the group as they try to escape Frendo's deadly game. The combination of grounded performances, thematic depth, and visceral horror seems to be resonating with both hardcore genre fans and viewers looking for something more emotionally engaging. There's also talk that the film may be setting the stage for a potential franchise, given the rich mythology surrounding the town and its mysterious past. Depending on its box office performance and critical reception, Clown in a Cornfield could very well spawn sequels or even a television adaptation exploring other aspects of the setting and its characters.